Good evening, everyone. Lazarus, come out. Lazarus, come out. What kind of command is that to a dead man? Well, Jesus is the resurrection and life. Because He is the owner and the Lord of life, He may command the dead man to rise and walk. And this, my dear brothers and sisters, is what we go through during Lent. Jesus today says to me, rise, come out of your darkness, come out of your stench, come out to freedom. We often say, well, Father, I try to talk to God, but it's not like God ever talks back to me. Not true. Liturgy is a place where we have to experience the embrace of our Lord, His love, His tenderness toward us. Today I have to preach 2 homilies, so I have to keep both of them very short. Right? Otherwise we'll be here for a long time. The first part, there's only one objective. Unfortunately, there's good weather today, and I see that there's less people attending. But anyhow, I'm sure God's not going to bless them if they didn't go to Mass today. And you remember it when you don't come to Mass because there's a nice day. But I'm sure God also continues to love them and forgive them as well. But maybe not Fr.Matthias. I have only one objective with this homily. We always try our bare minimum just to squeak by in life. And it's the same with our faith. Oh, Father, what is the minimum necessary for me to be a Catholic and not have to go to confession before I can receive communion? Minimum necessary kind of faith will get you nowhere. Just like minimum necessary kind of effort anywhere will get you nowhere. I invite you, dear friends, my dear brothers and sisters, during this Holy Week, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Easter Vigil, you have to come to church 3 days in a row. Father, what are you talking about? Yes, 3 days in a row. Jesus said, come out. Experience my power. Experience my love. That is what Jesus is saying to Lazarus. And he comes to life. Do you wonder why my faith is always the same? Or it feels like it's dead. I can't feel anything. It's because you are stingy with God. Because we are stingy with God. We're not generous. We don't put all of our hearts into what we're doing. We always want the bare minimum. Father, if I do this much, is it okay? That's not the logic of love. Logic of love, it's never enough. Well, this Holy Week, my dear young people, I want you to make the resolution to come to church on Holy Thursday at 8 o'clock. It's Last Supper. It's a beautiful liturgy where people come up, Father gets up and actually washes the feet of 12 people to remember what Jesus did for us. You see, liturgy is a beautiful thing. Oh, Father, give me a break. Mass is not beautiful. It's always the same thing. Most important things in life, we have to do it over and over and over again. And the church, for 2,000 years, over 2,000 years, we've been repeating this. And you know what? People died. Millions of people have died so that we may repeat what we're doing today. And so that we may celebrate God's love during Holy Week. Holy Thursday, we remember God's love for us at Last Supper. He institutes the priesthood so that there may be Eucharist, so that He may remain with us, because He wanted to love us till the end. And after that supper, we're going to have a procession. Jesus will go into another room. That's symbolizing when Jesus goes to Gethsemane and He prays, Lord, if possible, let this cup pass by me, but not my will, but your will, Lord. And Jesus, that night, was captured, was lonely. He was scared. And you know what? He came to His disciples and said, Can you stay awake with me so that I will not feel lonely? And they fell asleep. Holy Thursday, after the Mass, we want to accompany Jesus. If you look at Jubo, there will be signing up at times to be with Jesus overnight. Take your time. You know what? That would be the best thing you would ever do if you come here 3 in the morning and stayed until 5 in the morning to accompany Jesus. He might have been during those hours tied up in a dungeon. Dark, cold, all by himself, scared and thinking of you. And we want to say, Lord, this year, I'm not going to leave you alone. I'm not going to let you down this time. Good Friday, we come here at 3 o'clock and we celebrate, we remember the passion of our Lord Jesus Christ, how He went through all the trials and the condemnation, the way of the cross, the crucifixion, the crowning of thorns, all the pain of hanging in the midair to the wood of the cross. And usually in Catholic Church we have crucifix, which means Jesus with Christ on it. A cross with Jesus on it. On Good Friday, we're going to veil that and we're going to have just the bare cross because Jesus had died for us. He is no longer there. And that's what we're going to remember and celebrate. Celebrate because God has loved us so much to do just that on the cross. We live a quiet day on Saturday, and 8 o'clock in the evening, we gather together as parish, and we're going to celebrate the vigil, Easter vigil. Everything that we believe in the Catholic Church does not make sense if Jesus did not rise from the dead. If He was not if He's not the life and the resurrection, then all this is just heap of nothing. Everything finished. But because He is resurrection and life, everything makes sense. That's what we're going to come and celebrate. You see, liturgy is beautiful. Everything, you see the candles, you see the crucifix, you see colors, you taste. You see the incense going up. You hear the bells. You hear the beautiful music. Hopefully it'll be beautiful. And we see, we taste, we touch. This is what liturgy is all about. And we learn through the liturgy who God is. Jesus today says, Lazarus, come out. Do you want to experience what it really means to be a Catholic? Do you really want to experience what it means to be a true Christian? Make sure during this Holy Week you come out to Mass. Holy Thursday, the liturgy on Good Friday, and the vigil on Saturday evening. Then, Father, do I have to come on Sunday as well? Yes. None of this bare minimum. Oh, Father, I went already once. Yes, it's the bare minimum. If you come once, officially, you don't have to come the other day. But if you really love somebody, I've seen you yesterday. Like I really don't want to go see you anymore. Is that what you do with your aim? You don't do that. And you don't do that with Jesus either. This is the central point of our liturgical year. Invest your time. Invest your energy in participating in the liturgy of the Holy Week. And this Holy Week will transform your lives. 거기까지는 오늘의 강론. 다 올 거죠? 안 오면 죽어. 다 볼 거야 내가. 하라면 해. 신부님이 하라고 한 대로 해가지고 잘못 들은 사람 내가 한 번도 못 봤어.